It's not like anti-Semitism disappeared and has suddenly reappeared. It's always been around, but it was nuanced. Now it's out in the open. And let's not kid ourselves. This is not about the Middle East conflict. Any level-headed human being understands that if there's a terrorist state next door to you that has tens of thousands of trained terrorists, thousands of missiles, a whole underground system, they don't pass up an opportunity to kill. Sending missiles not only now, but over the years. Certainly after the atrocities of a month ago. Everyone understands you can't let them just stay there. The underlying issue is anti-Semitism. Face it. We have to stop kidding ourselves. There was always an excuse. And historically, the excuses were even contradictory. We were accused of absolutely everything. Back in the days of the strife in South Africa over ending apartheid or not, there was only one thing both sides agreed on. They both hated the Jews. And that's the way it has always been. But now it's out in the open again. How are we supposed to respond to it? How do you fight it? There's no question that the most important aspect of fighting anti-Semitism is understanding what is so special about being a Jew. What is it that humanity has a problem with? What's it all about? Yeah, there's ethnic hatred. There's xenophobia. Nothing of the proportions of anti-Semitism. Nothing that's been around so long. What is it? What is it? The rabbis have taught us, the sages say, Mount Sinai, why is it called Sinai? In Hebrew, the word Sinai is very close to the word sinah, hatred. Sinai. Yeah, that's responsible for the hatred. At Mount Sinai, we received our calling. We were given a special place in this world to teach absolute morality, to teach real values, to be a light unto the nations in understanding that there is right and wrong, that moral relativism is a slippery slope, and it's not true. The world was pagan. What's paganism all about? You create your own God, and you create your own right and wrong. And yes, morality is relative. Along come the Jews. Divine revelation. A real God. Greater than man. With real values. And that's something mankind just cannot put up with. The human being wants freedom. The human being wants to do what he feels like. He wants to create philosophies to justify anything. We as Jews, unless we appreciate our mission as a light unto the nations, unless we appreciate our mission as standing up for absolute morality, unless we do that, we are hiding from the underlying issue. The fact that we're hated means we're different and we're special. And we've got to know what makes us special. Jews, you got to learn what it's about. We've been hated ever since we've been, and we've outlived them all. And against all the odds, we're alive and well today. Not only that, we're back home. Against all the odds. And God said this was going to happen. Jews, we got to wake up. We got to know who we are. They understand our power. We often run away from it. I think it is so important for every Jew to stop and think, in what way are we different? What is it? And it has nothing to do with culture, by the way. It has nothing at all to do with culture. Because regardless of what one's cultural background is, if you're Jewish, they hate you. It's only the values that they know we represent that unfortunately we often don't know ourselves. We've got to share this with every Jew. The more they hate us, the more proud we've got to be, but we've got to know what we're proud of. How is this going to get rid of anti-Semitism? Historically, every time the Jewish nation has remembered what it stands for, we were all right. When is it that we command their respect, and when is it that they hate? When we really shine, when we radiate to the world the values that the Jew is supposed to represent, we were all the way up there. When we forget, they remember and they hate. This is a time for a renaissance of Jewish pride and Jewish values. This is the only relevant response. Try to reason with anti-Semitism. Try to reason with people who hate. It doesn't work. We're not going to convince them. It never worked and never will. We've got to know who we are. We have to know what we're about. I believe very strongly that the upsurge of just open, blatant anti-Semitism is an opportunity for waking up every Jew. What makes us different? What's special? Once again, it's not the ethnic foods. It's not the dress. We're all different. We've adopted so many different cultures. What is the underlying meaning of a Jew? It's those values. We've got to reawaken pride in what it is that we believe in. The response has to be to ourselves. And let us shine. Let us show our true colors. And then the nations of the world will, one way or another, get to understand that it's not hatred, but respect that we deserve. The work is all upon us. Yeah, politically, to make sure that we get government, that we get state on our side. That's practical. But what's really needed at this point is for us to understand that we are different. In what way and why? Nothing superficial. The internal values, I think, is incumbent upon anyone that understands this to share this with every Jew he can. So we all understand what makes the Jewish people so special and so hated. My favorite Holocaust story, I believe it's the last one in Sparks of Glory, which is a very, very moving anthology of Holocaust stories. This is the story of a father who's sending his son to go run for his life. And he tells him, understand, the Germans, the Nazis, they're investing so much in getting rid of every last Jew. Feel how important you must be. Every one Jew, they know it. Make sure you do. Cherish your life. Don't waste it. Understand what you live for. We're not a Nazi Germany. It is scary. But we bothered. Every one of us. Our existence is in their way. And we've got to know why. What makes us different. Value your life. Value your Judaism. Value your values. If this is the way the Creator chose to remind the Jew that he's special, then we better take advantage of it. Hope you got the message. Hope you share it. And yes, hope that the Jewish nation will rise up and shine and radiate integrity, morality, values, love, real care and concern like Jews and only Jews do. Let us once again be a real light unto the nations. And then we'll see what happens to anti-Semitism. May you all be well and be strong and be proud. Thank you.
We thank Rav Berkowitz for his time and his wise words and his profound thoughts that we all take to heart. I encourage everyone who's listening from around the world, the hundreds who are on the YouTube link, to follow up with Jewish learning and Jewish wisdom that you can find on aish.com, articles that are inspiring and meaningful, and to look into Aish HaTorah programs. Aish has programs for many different ages. Students from throughout the world come to our headquarters in Jerusalem, the Aish World Center, for classes that address Jewish pride, Jewish identity, Jewish wisdom. We invite everyone to join us. You can find more information on aish.com, and we look forward to joining everyone together in Jerusalem as one nation, one people. May we all hear good news for the entire Jewish people.